Viewers, thank you so much for joining me. I would like to do a video on why we should be hopeful. I want to be clear that I do not see devastation coming. I do not see civil war coming. I just really see big changes happening in our government in the coming years as the troubles get starkly exposed that actually are exactly what we would hope for. They are what we are praying for. It's just, these changes can't occur with no disruption in things, with no discomfort. So thus we have Trump, you know? So, but this is, this, I don't see. I don't see terrible, terrible things happening, you guys. And in fact, if he does get reelected, I don't see that long lived. I see people just investigating, and I do see trickery and exposed, and I do see cheating exposed, and I I just really am not that wedded to any particular outcome because I really am filled with hope for the future. And as a reader, I need to not be wedded to any particular outcome because that will make it more difficult for me to hear accurately. So I'm not apologizing for any of the videos I've done recently. I need to have integrity, and that is admitting when I'm wrong, admitting when I'm right, saying, hey, this is what I'm seeing right now. Not to say it can't change, because nothing is set in stone. We have free will. But I just read the energies right now. Like if the current energies continue, if it keeps going as it is, this is what I see as the outcome. That's what I do. But I want to ask Spirit, and I'm feeling lots of electricity here because Spirit also wants to help us to be hopeful. What do you see, Spirit, for us as a result of these uncomfortable times and our active addressing of the problems? Okay. I'm just going to pick 3 cards because I'm talking about outcome. So I'm not going to ask for in the near future or in the several months out future. Look at this. The world, new beginning. Look at this, you guys. This is sort of what I got yesterday, and the 8 of Wands. And this is don't despair. What is this reading? This is don't despair. Success. The world. See, these changes are necessary for the well-being of the world, because it's not just our nation. Big business, very, very wealthy people and families have gotten way too much power worldwide. This is not just the U.S. We need this new beginning. Look at these 2 major arcana, you guys. And the 8 of Wands comes up to reassure us that don't worry. There will be enough movement forward. There will be enough things coming out. There will be enough. Things will keep going. And that I've seen too. It's not like this administration or corrupt politicians get arrested. They do not get arrested. There is just a lot that needs to come out. So it's just that 6 of Swords, right? We're in the 6 of Swords boat. We're learning and going on to calmer, better shores, right? More hospitable shores in the end. But look at this. I love this reading. So Spirit is encouraging us to look toward the prize. And thank goodness, I don't think any, major, I don't know, civil unrest or violence or, breakdown in the economy even. I mean, I do think there may be a mild recession. That one's not determined yet. I don't know about that one, you guys. That one's not determined yet because I've also seen another track with that one where people could, they could enact some laws or the Fed could take some adjustments and avert that. So, that one I feel like the 2 tracks are quite equal right now. So we're not going to worry about that right now. But and if it was, it would be minor. But I think that the way that Spirit has this laid out for us is a way that preserves the stability of our nation, our systems, we have so many good governmental systems and programs and departments and people that keep order, and that's priceless, for the security of the human being, So I think that that's going to be preserved through all of this. That resonates in my spirit. It always has. There's not been one day since I've been doing these readings that I've thought otherwise. I have this certainty that order will be, some things may be ugly, but we have that already. We have ugly things happening already, so right. I just wanted to let you all know, if you're concerned about what were to happen if the unthinkable happened and Trump got reelected. Here's the deal. It's not just Trump. So Spirit, show me, this is what I want. And a commenter asked about this and reminded me that it's been a while since I did a reading on the purpose of all of this. So I am going to ask Spirit that. What is the purpose of Trump? Okay, so we have in the heart of the matter, Page of Swords. Yeah, I feel like that's an immature actor. That's somebody who is just shooting off at the mouth, not well thought out. That's him, right? He's in the heart of the matter. And the challenge is the High Priestess. The challenge is use of wisdom and intuition, compassion. The High Priestess does not speak. She doesn't speak. She holds her own counsel. She speaks heart to heart is how she speaks with people. Spirit mind to spirit mind. That's how she speaks to people in the story of the journey of the Fool, the story of the Tarot. So our challenge, oh my, this is for all of us too, then this means, is not to be shooting off at the mouth, and arguing in strictly thought motivated kinds of ways. Swords are thought. They can be divorced from compassion. And especially when it's the Page of Swords, who is not mature in the way he speaks. So the challenge is for us to understand that, oh yeah, no, oh gosh, this is bigger than I thought this was. Okay. This is a lot bigger than I thought this was. So the challenge is for us to remember very important values and guiding principles. Compassion being foremost. That's it. That's it. Spirit wants to get us to a place where, as human beings, we value that again. We talk about that as an honorable characteristic. We bring back all of the honorable characteristics and aspects of character that people used to more readily discuss in generations past, right? Yeah. So to bring those back, but then also I feel like with compassion and acceptance at the fore of that. What's good for the collective good, what's good for all of us is that kind of value system. So Spirit has big things in mind here. And I think it's because we need it, because we've grown so much more powerful with technology. We've become powerful enough to destroy our own species, and we need it. So that reminds us in our interactions with others too, no matter how frustrated we are or frightened we are or what have you, to really look inside before we speak. Beneath it all is the Page of Coins. Yeah, we want more security. We want better health. Can you picture how, I don't even know, what spirit is exactly, right? There's a grand mystery about this to me. But I do believe there is a united kind of intelligent force out there that is hearing our prayers, frankly. And we are contributing to that force. We are contributing to that. energy. Can you imagine that source hearing all the prayers and all the crying out and all of the beseeching for increased security and health for the people around the world? Can you imagine that hearing all that and not having an answer? Just sort of letting things keep going the way they are? No, of course not. Prayers will be answered. Not always in the way we want, not always when we want, but there needs to be change. So that's why we're going through this uncomfortable time. And my goodness, there are many people across the world going through much more uncomfortable things than we are. And, this life is about growth. It's not so much about comfort, although comfort's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Spirit is loving and nurturing. The comfort's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. But, growth is the more important issue, I think, for most souls coming to this plane. So we have the Chariot behind. We're being pulled through the skies with this, you guys. But look at this. Light and dark, good and bad, the yin and the yang, pulling this chariot, pulling this process forward. But it feels like which side's going to win. Yet they're both working together. These horses are pulling that chariot together. They're faced out in different directions. So that is why they struggle. But they're pulling it forward. This is a process that the whole process is important, is what I'm hearing. Wow, that's pretty deep. Okay, we have the Five of Wands up above. So we have a lot of debate and conflict. Yes, we do. So can we learn to debate and negotiate and speak our truth in a way that is respectful? Can we do that? Because I always see this card as a positive, you guys, in politics. It means we still have freedom of speech. It means we still have freedom of press. It means we still can disagree and debate. And, when we think about how our Constitution was written, right? The founders, in this sweaty room, right, for days, hashing it out. There was nothing wrong with that. And I'm sure it got a little passionate at times. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's the sign of an involved citizenry. It's just that the key is, how do we temper it with compassion and acceptance? Okay, and then in the near future, we have the devil there. Greed and avarice. We've got to get rid of it. We've got to face it. We've got to face it. It's a fear-based process, greed is. It's, what happens when people never have enough security, and by goodness, they're going to have it if they have to steal it from everyone else. That doesn't matter. They're going to have it there. But the thing is, it never, I think about Putin with this one, actually. It never is enough. It never is enough. Because that's greed and avarice, and gaining in power is not what makes us safe. What if all is gained and the soul is lost? What then? All right, in the root of the matter, the Two of Cups. And always in the political readings, a lot of times this means, Republican Congress working with Republican Senate, working with Republican President. I don't know about that in this reading. In this reading, maybe it's the, transformation of the agreements that are, the alliances that are really sort of unholy, right? That are, involve people giving up their convictions, their values, to buy into something. Transformation of that into people truly seeing eye to eye, being mutually respectful, seeing each other as equals. That's what we have to transform. One Two of Cups into another. That's what we need to be doing here. Yeah, So information is so important still. Oh, we have to guard freedom of the press. That's so important. Freedom of speech. Knight of Swords in the home environment. There's that darn Knight of Swords, where we still have this, winning at any cost. We still have this using aggression and, divorcing oneself from all empathy and compassion to just obsessively move forward and speak in such a way as to forward one's goals. That argumentative, that intimidating talk, threatening talk, that's what the Knight of Swords is. And that's what we have a problem with. That's in our home environment right now. That's what the issue is. Hang on, I've got to